Yeah, man. Yeah. We here, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Yes, sir. Episode 124.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let the circus begin, man. Lot of games, man. Lot of games, baby. Lot of games.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJE, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
Be original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Episode 124, man. Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
And we are here. We are here.
Absolutely, man. We titled this one right here, Royalty, y'all. This
Royalty,
one talk
royalty,
about that,
royalty. Let's
talk
clap
about
it up for royalty.
You how the song used to go?
Huh?
You got any royalty songs, man? You know, you always keep a little song in your bag, man, about whatever we talking about. It'll come up like,
Okay.
royalty. You ain't got
Royalty.
you ain't-
I got something for you.
What you got, bro? What you got?
I got two joints. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's been a while, brother. It's been a while.
That's it. It's been a while,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway, man, we gonna jump right into it, man. I got a quote, man. I got a quote.
Yeah.
People often say, "What's a king without a queen?"
Right.
But what is a king without a castle? You know, that's
Let's clap it up.
That's a Mr. Influential original right there, man. That's a DJE Mr. Influential original.
Right.
So let me
Right,
say it
bro.
one more time for the mind, brother, so they can get it.
Right.
People often say, "What's a king without a queen?" But what's a king without a castle? Right now, it's not
Yep.
saying that a queen isn't necessary, but the question is that's pretty common all the time. Oh, what's a king without a queen? Well, what's a king without a castle? And that's why we titled this one the royalty, man. We're gonna get into it, man. There's a lot of things going on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
A
sir.
lot of things going on, and I think that we have to address it, man. You know, so you came up with that statement. That's your quote.
Right.
And when we had the conversation, you alluded to the fact that not only were you when you said what you said, it was profound, but you said that there was more to the term of castle than just like a castle, like that, like a house or a castle.
Right. Well, when I spoke on
Elaborate on
castle,
that, bro.
when I
Hmm.
spoke on castle, I was meaning foundation.
Right, my
You know what I
man,
mean?
my man. Absolutely.
What's a king without a foundation? That's pretty much with the castle because can't nothing stand without a foundation. So that's pretty
Absolutely.
much
No structure,
right,
no
right,
nothing.
right.
No. And I just thought that was pretty slick, man. I'm not sure where it came from, because I realize with you nowadays, man, especially the older you get, you don't know where your messages come from, man. You be sitting there chilling and it just go up. It just sneaks you, man. Why
Right.
you
It
say
just
this
it
right
just
here?
it just comes out of nowhere. Nowhere. Just hit me right in the jaw all the
Yeah.
time.
Before we okay, all right, E, don't make your concepts too abusive, man. All right. So let's see what we do. How you been since last week? You made a great point the other day to say that. How you been since last Tuesday? How's life been treating you, my brother?
Well, life,
Any
life since last Tuesday. Hold on, cause I'm making sure I got
all right.
my mic
Just what you do.
sounds so nice. Check
Check
one.
one. Let's
Yeah.
go.
But since last week, I've been pretty good. Been pretty good. Pretty great. I'm down 5 pounds since last Monday.
Let's clap it up for that.
Down 5 pounds.
Clap it up
Um,
for that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And I like the
So
way you said it too. Down. You ain't lose it. Like you know.
I ain't lose it. I
Yeah.
lose it.
Got you.
Yeah,
You down. I got
yeah.
you.
So
Yeah.
um, that pretty much was the whole situation there.
What you been doing? What you been doing to lose it? I mean, not losing. I'm sorry. Be down 5 pounds. What you been doing?
Eating different right now. Look right now.
Okay.
Look right now.
Yeah.
Live on there.
Right. Right. He's eating watermelon, Radio Land. Looks like
That's
you
why I got
watermelon.
the red hat on because I'm eating red watermelon.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was only a matter of time for you to jump right into it like that. So the rest of your week's been productive since that,
Yes, it has.
Well, that's good, man. That's great, man.
I had a gig this week. Something like baby shower, something like
Okay.
that. But to lose the weight, I just been eating different and walking more. That's all.
Right, man.
The
Yeah, man.
regular basic calisthenics, push ups, really just push ups and squats. I've been doing. That's all. You know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Most of the things, man, that we got to work on a lot of times is not losing, flexibility, especially as we get a little older. The
Right.
more flexible you is, we get good for blood flow,
Right.
good for everything like that. You know what I mean? Help with other things that just stay flexible. So that's a good thing, man. That's great. Keep up the good work. Keep on dropping. Keep on going. And have that scale going in the right direction.
Right. Right. Yes, sir.
And
It's
that's
glad to know that.
absolutely fantastic. So, as far as myself, man, been pretty cool. Had a Mother's Day weekend just went by. So once again, shout out to all the queens, all the Mother's Day, you know, uh, all the ladies who celebrated Mother's Day.
Right.
You know,
Shout out
a
to my
little.
wife.
There you go. Shout your wife out. Shout out my wife. Shout them all out, man. Shout them all out.
Oh, moms! I just came out of nowhere like shout out to my
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, real slow. Like he tell you eating watermelon. You act like it.
I'm,
But
I'm tired, bro.
yeah. So it was once again, very nice weekend. Excellent in the terms of just spending time with family. There was, I went to a Mother's Day brunch early on Sunday, and then capped the evening off with, went out to dinner with the whole family because I also celebrated my daughter's birthday.
Right.
Um,
Yes. Yes. Happy birthday, baby girl.
yeah, so that
Uncle
was
E
cool.
love you. I told you in the text, so you know. You all right.
Yep, that's it. So that's pretty much how that went. And now here we are, man. So jumping right into the concept of dealing with royalty, man. One of the things that has come across my mind is just even when you said it was understanding a king's court.
Yes.
Sometimes if you think about it from a royalty perspective, you got kings have courts and
Yeah.
kings have council, right? Now we look at all of us as kings and queens. We're just
Right.
talking about men in general, as far as the kings, right? So
Yeah.
the concept of the court traveled with the king, right? That's just what the definition of what the court does or its function. The
Right.
court traveled with the king where he went. And it said the king would seek the wise, and then it has parentheses, hopefully, like hopefully these men were wise, men of his relatives, barons, lords, and members of the church, such as bishops, right? So just to bring that into, I guess today's terms, a king's court, right, should be compiled of people who are wise, right? Who are honest, you know what I mean? Who speak their minds, who are, willing to be forthcoming and not just stroke the king's ego, pause,
Right. No. Right. I get you. I
and,
get
and, and,
you.
and all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You had to clap it up for the pause.
yeah. And that's the function of a king. I mean, of his court or his council. It's to
Right.
basically travel with him, right? Be his wise men, right? Be his voice of reason. Be his, his people who help influence his decisions. And it
Mr.
comes from different
Influential.
places, right? Family, friends, people that you have close, near, and dear within that organization of people. Brings me to this, man. Got to talk about it. Obviously, y'all, we unfortunately are dealing with another situation with Ja Morant. And because and the reason why I brung up the whole situation dealing with a king's court or his council is to chime in on what is going on in this young brother's life, man.
Right. Cause see, here's,
We don't. Go ahead.
here's
Go ahead.
here's the thing.
Break it down, bro. Break it down.
Also with kings rule, kings lead. We were born kings, but you don't come. Here's another quote. I'm about to say it right now. Right. We are born kings, but you don't become a king on day one. If you see where I'm going with that.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we basically all can become, and women. I'm sorry, not to, you were born a queen, but you don't
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
become queen day one. It's,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So my point of that, everything I'm saying in that situation is John Morant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a king, but he hasn't successfully fulfilled all the way to where he should be at yet because he doesn't understand you can't keep putting yourself in these situations,
Okay.
right?
Right.
You
I
can't
agree.
keep putting yourself in these situations. So, John Morant does not know completely who he is yet.
Okay. Okay.
His foundation is not completely set yet.
Right.
Now, I'm saying this for an example because we often think what makes us more as a king, besides the fact of just providing this, how much money we make, how much
Right.
money we got.
Right. Yeah. 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 With
But
royalty, there's wealth.
this is a proven fact.
Mm.
A proven fact right here that money don't make you king.
It sure doesn't. I mean, it sure doesn't. I
See what I'm
think that,
saying?
like you said, it's built on the foundation, right? So
Right.
you could put you know the most ruthless person in a strong structure, and they'll survive much longer than being putting them in a weak structure.
Right.
Um, I happen to think that the brother's very talented. As a matter of fact, the Memphis Grizzlies definitely think so. Starting a new contract he was supposed to this next season, 5 years, $194 million is clearly someone who understands they want him to be a foundational piece. You know
Exactly.
what I mean, within their organization.
Well,
And what I noticed about the situation personally is that was the appropriate response, and that was right on time. And I get it. No, no, absolutely. You know what I'm
well,
saying? And we'll do it. We're gonna pass the basket around a little bit later, virtually. But I mean, 5 years. We'll take care of your brother. We'll take care of your brother influential. We're gonna take care of him. You know what I'm saying? So 5 years, $194 million is what he's set to receive starting the next season that's coming. Right?
right, right.
He could have got another $39 million this past season
If he made all NBA team.
if he made the All NBA team, right?
Yep.
And if anybody, you have to assume that what took place previous months had somewhat of an impact on it. You would assume it, just other off the court situations as well. I didn't realize he had some other things going on as well, and I ain't here to slander the brother's name or you know
Absolutely. We're not here
kick
for
it.
that.
How they say kick a man while he's down, so to speak. But I do want to address it because I believe things like this are teachable moments for a lot of people, man. And I think that when you're a king,
Right.
what keeps you in a king's position is having the right court around you.
Right.
And we talking about two courts because he makes his money on the court, but his court that he travels with off the court is going to cost him time on the court.
Wow.
So you know what I mean. When you really sit back and you think about some of the things that come along with success, one of the oldest cliches or statements you used to hear all the time is "heavy is the head that wears the crown." Now, if you want to be the king, you got to be the king. And you need to put people around you that understand what royalty looks like, right? And how it moves. Now, if you're going to have a bunch of court jesters around you who are not going to tell you things that's going to be able to, give you some kind of, support or be honest with you or tell you, hey, man, that ain't the move. That ain't it.
Hmm.
I don't know how long you can stay king of anything.
You heard his new nickname, right?
I think I did, but enlighten me, bro. Remind me.
NBA Dumb Boy. That's what they was calling him now.
No, I never heard that.
NBA Dumb Boy. I seen it's not me. I seen it on Facebook.
No, no, I don't believe it's you. Nah,
Nah, I didn't
you
make
ain't
that up.
that. Yeah,
But they
yeah, I
calling him
mean,
NBA Dumb Boy.
yeah. And it's a lot of people in the industry that's kind of spazzing on it.
Right.
Rightfully so, in a sense, like, you know what I mean? Like some big brothers, like Kwame Brown. Yeah, been jumping on a lot of people lately, you know what I mean, different situations, but he felt the way about it. And then you had other people who chimed in and were saying different things, about their own perspective. Guns are illegal and it's that and the third. But I think what you got to remember is that the NBA is a business. And we keep talking about this, right? And not only is the NBA a business, but every business and organization has rules. You know what I mean? So if you are doing anything that is against conduct of what expected of you as a professional athlete,
Right.
then you're in violation of what that business holds as standards.
What's
So it's
up,
not about it
Dom?
being illegal or
What's
legally.
going on, Dom? Missed
Hey,
you
peace,
last week,
Dom.
Dom.
Miss guys about absolutely, absolutely. But you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So you wind up actually, you know, violating whatever the standard is that's created by the people that you're employed by. I mean,
Right.
let me tell you something, bruh. Unless I got a homeboy that got 195 million, it's gonna be hard to tell me too much of anything negative if I'm getting 194.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I just think that even though we keep wanting to give, I'm not gonna say excuses to his age.
Right.
If he's a king, man, he got to be a king, man.
Right.
He has to learn, and if that means that he has to learn from other kings, if his court doesn't have enough wise men in it, you know, I'm not pointing the finger at Pop. I'm not pointing because I don't know what he is in his personal world in terms of if he listens to people or not. But he's going to mess around and he's going to put himself in a position where the whole castle is going to fold. That's what
Yeah,
I.
because the foundation isn't completely set. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. Talking about foundation isn't completely set. But
Yeah,
besides the fact of even that, where I was also talking about is I think it was on the pivot. Might
okay.
have been the pivot.
Shout out to the pivot. I like the pivot too. Good
Yeah,
show.
shout out to yeah, I like them shout out. And I think it was when they were interviewing Wallow. So shout out to $1 million
Shout out
worth of
to
game.
$1 million worth of game.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
right. Yeah,
absolutely.
because you know, but he said something like when he first came home, he was trying to holler at the girl. She just walking down the street. He realized how different the world was because social media and all that type of stuff. He said,
Right,
but then he also realized too that he can't mess with no girl right now until he get himself together, till he get himself right. Like, what I'm gonna do
right,
with a chick, still living in grandma house in the room.
mm,
So he focused in getting his foundation set
right,
before he started actually wanting to even mess with a girl. You know
right,
what I mean?
right. Absolutely, absolutely.
That's the order of the situation. That's why I said king without a castle. Also because if I don't got nothing and then I got a girl, we just two people that ain't got nothing. But I'm supposed to provide for you. And
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to nourish me. You see what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
yet we ain't got nothing
Absolutely.
yet.
Right.
So that's just basically what the whole situation was. But John Morant really made me think of that. You know,
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about Nike, Powerade. These are some endorsement deals he has.
right?
Powerade, Power. I couldn't even say it right. Powerade, Powerade.
You would have
Sound
been
like
able to say it if it was
Powerade.
if you had to say powder aid,
Nah.
powder p- p- powder
Uh,
powder
we got 17 minutes in before the
powder aid.
first comment about any kind of possible enhancer came out. Powerade actually pulled their John Morant content, right after the situation took place in March. And it's just a shame, man, because like you said, I think what people are going to miss in it is the foundational piece.
Right,
I think when people think about royalty, they think about crowns, they think about jewels and money and wealth. I mean, same thing, money and wealth, but you understand what I meant.
What?
Different
No, no,
things.
no. Wait, no. Money and wealth not necessarily the same thing. But
I
continue.
understand. I
Yeah, but
understand what
continue.
you're
I
saying.
understand what
Like,
you I
yeah,
understand what you saying too. I'm
yeah.
messing with you. I'm messing with you.
In,
Yeah.
in that particular foundational piece, I think sometimes it's probably going to be it's going to draw less attention, right?
Right.
And I think the saddest part about it is that the more that you know these kind of things are seen, the more it becomes normalized,
Right.
right? And unfortunately, then these become new habits for people who walk into some of these same situations. And it's just crazy. Like I was talking to a good brother of ours yesterday, and we looked at the top 10 lists of. I have to pull it back up because I'm gonna say the names on it in a minute about the wealthiest, NBA players in history, in NBA history, and there was names on there that you knew, and then there was one in particular that you would never know who he is, and he was well established. And I'll get the list together. But the point that I want to make about the foundation is that it's so sad that people miss that point. You understand what I'm saying? They miss the part where, like you said about the castle and the relevancy of building a strong foundation for anyone, for anything. You can't bring a queen into a weak foundation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can't
Right,
support
Dom.
you
Right, Dom. Her
not
serenity
support her.
unique.
There you go. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, in every aspect. So I feel bad for the brother, but in the same token, it's not because he's in trouble. It's because he's in trouble and he knows why he's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And he made the decisions to do the things that he's doing. And he made decisions to stay right around the same company that would possibly keep him in it. And it's just, you got in front of the cameras, you said everything that you said, apologize to the
Yeah,
organization,
yeah. He
apologize to
lied
your
like.
teammates, you know. And it's crazy. What's that? Somebody what's that down saying he's lying?
No, I
Uh,
just said. I said. I
oh,
think
you
he was
said it.
lying. Nah, I said it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever his PR person is,
Yeah.
whoever did the damage control for PR was like, listen, this is what you got to do. Go in there and say you sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make your point. You know what I mean? Go in there. Be humble, and then do what you need to do.
Right.
But it's still there. And like I said, the saddest part about it, I guess, if you really want to look at it, is it ain't even been 3 months.
Nah, it hasn't.
That's what makes
Yeah.
it really ridiculous. That's why everybody's like, come on, man, come on,
Right.
young bruh.
Right.
But
Now.
that's why I said we gotta take the age off of it because he only
Hmm.
2 months older.
Right.
he ain't get older. You know what I'm saying? Older.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's what
Go
I'm
ahead, bro. What
saying.
you about to say? Yeah.
Uh. Um.
Mm.
What I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Now it's landing. I understand.
No, it already landed because I just realized
Yeah.
something what I did with it.
Yeah.
But
Woo! You hit him with
listen,
it.
nah, but
Um.
hold up, P.
I'm out.
We talk about a king. So since we speaking on kings, King LeBron James is now back in the Western Conference Finals. Let's clap that up. Let's clap that up. You know what I mean? I just want to know in this Final Four, who do you see winning it all?
First off, let's do this. Let's address what you said. You believe that the stage is being set for. So before we announce or I make my point to say who I think is going to win it all, I agree with you. I think that
Right.
they want to see a Boston and LA series. So let's address that first. I think LA obviously comes out of the West, and I think Boston gets past Miami, and it sets the stage for history.
Yes.
So I would still believe that the league is still set up for LeBron to win another one. So I'll say overall, I could see the Lakers probably being the team that wins it all, barring any health issues, anything. Everybody stays healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I believe that it'll be Boston coming out of the East, Lakers coming out of the West, them two meeting in the middle, and then LA winning it all.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that because I'm a big LeBron James fan, man. You know what I mean?
I'm still trying to, recover obviously from Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
but Sixers fired Doc Rivers, and
Yeah.
we're moving on, and I don't know where the organization's gonna go on a few different things, but we should have closed that out. But it is what it is, and they are where they are. So, like I said, once again, that's what my take is as far as the finals and the final champions, who I believe
Right.
it is going to be. What you
Right.
like? What you like, and who you like?
Exactly what you said.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly what you said. I think they won Lakers versus Celtics. I think LeBron wins again. Um, I think they set it up like this also too, so it can be a real championship because you realize it's the same four from the bubble, and they like to put that little asterisk right there, like that. Everybody really act like LeBron fourth is a fluke. You know what I mean? Because they're in
Wow.
the bubble. You know what I mean? Because there's no fans, no crowd, energy don't switch, nothing. So just in a room like that, who you think gonna be better? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Let me give you this list real quick.
Yeah. I was about to say you do that. My bad.
Yeah. 10 richest NBA players of all time. all the way up to 2023.
Okay.
Number one, Michael Jordan. His net worth is $2 billion. LeBron James net worth $1.2 billion.
Hmm.
Coming in at number three, Magic Johnson's net worth $620 million. Number four, Junior Bridgman's net worth is $600 million. Number five, Shaquille O'Neal net worth is $400 million. James Harden, number six, at $400 million. Number seven, Vinnie Johnson at $400 million. Number eight, Hakeem Olajuwon at $300 million. Number nine, Grant Hill at $250 million. And number 10, David Robinson at $200 million.
Hmm.
Now, most people know every name on there except for number four, Junior Bridgman's. That's what most people, you know, they don't know it. With Mike, I just finished watching Air too right before we
Oh
shot the
man, I
show.
watched it twice.
Yeah, either one part where he spazzed on the phone with the agent
Yeah.
and he said what he's going to do. If
He-
y'all ain't seen yet, that part
yeah.
right there is everything.
That's really.
He was
I knew it too.
super
I said
swole.
when P said he gonna laugh at that shit.
Yo, I mean, I know, you know how many times they had to shoot that scene, man? Yo, he went all the way in. You know what part I'm talking about. So,
I
just to
will
give you
eat you.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, this guy, Junior Bridgman, right? Since we've been talking about a castle and foundation, right? And we're just using finances as part of it. Since we're talking about the NBA, and I just gave you the top 10 list. Number four on the list being Junior Bridgman, his net worth $600 million, right?
Right.
Former NBA player. He played in the league for 12 seasons, right? So
Hmm.
he wasn't there for a hot minute. He was 12 seasons, right? After
Hmm.
retirement from basketball, he bought multiple fast food franchises, including Wendy's and Chili's. Okay. He's basically he's net worth is 600 million due to his investments in the food industry. Now, mind you, yeah, from what I understand, part of the information I got in the off season when he was playing in the NBA in the off season, he would go and work at Wendy's. In the off season of playing professional basketball, he would go work at Wendy's, which put him in place to learn how to be able to actually acquire,
Hmm.
you know, what I mean, some fast food restaurants.
Hmm. Right.
Ultimately, leading to where his real money is. This is a person who understood that his time in the NBA wasn't going to be forever, right? He
Right.
understood that he needed to create a sound foundation
Right.
because he wanted to remain a king even after everything was done with the NBA.
Right.
He wanted to remain a king and he wanted to be in a strong castle.
Strong
That
foundation.
foundation that he built was built by him investing into the fast food things that are continuously being, people still go to Wendy's and Chili's today.
Right.
And this man is still making money off of this situation. That's somebody who understood basically what we're talking about, the concept of building a strong foundation. He looked
Now,
beyond what he was.
now let me ask you this: you
Yeah.
think when he bought his first restaurant, he had a party?
I don't think so, man. I'm gonna say that I don't know this guy, but obviously when you have enough foresight to be able to say this is gonna last,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a partier like that. I'm not saying that you don't celebrate things, but I mean he might have he had a grand opening. I can see that, but
Well,
I ain't gonna necessarily say he had a party. But he might. I don't know.
I tell you this:
Hmm.
if it was me, I would have had a
Hmm.
party, and I would have hired these people right here to take
Okay.
care of all my party planning needs. Let's go.
Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. Make sure to check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at FNC Events. Head on over today and get that party booked. Back to the show. Absolutely. FNC Events. You
Segway was
guys
dope.
do.
Segway was dope.
You
What?
see me, I said, oh, look at the price. Word of time. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you got to
Oh,
look at
that's
that
what you did. I ain't know what you had.
like when you look at Shaq's 400 million, right? Shaq got
Yeah.
400 15 years in the league, right? His 400 million is due to NBA career business investment. He owns multiple car washes and restaurants. Has endorsement deals with companies such as Pepsi and Icy Hot. Has owned It was asked 4 24-hour fitness. He got 40 24-hour fitness gyms, 150 car washes, 155 Five Guys and burgers and fries, 9 Papa John's, 17 Auntie Annie pretzels, and a few Krispy Kreme restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And it said this accounts for 10% of the Five Guys' entire franchise. He owns 10% of the entire franchise.
Oh.
And then you look at guys like Harden, not to stay on this subject too long, but his stuff is coming from his obviously from his contract, but he's also a spokesperson for Adidas and has 5% stake in MLS team Houston Dynamo and the Houston Dash of the National Women's Soccer League.
See?
See, why ain't these people in your court, John? Why ain't these the type of people that you call and pick up the phone and say, "Hey, man, I pulled this list up off of Google. You all right? I pulled this list up off of Google. Yeah, I turned it to a father real quick. I turned it to a father. Yeah. Why don't you get in touch with these guys? They clearly are paving the way to open up the door.
That was a no look oop. That's why I was.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I tap the boards. I ain't dunking or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's better than pulling up a 3 on a fast break. I've seen it, though.
Yeah.
That's somebody had a Master P video the other day. He got a steal.
Yeah. You got
off the steal.
They hit it with the bullshit Jordan pulled. That's what that was.
Hey. But you understand what I'm saying? Nah, yeah, that's how I'm talking. I'm talking to you, Ja, and I'm talking to all the other brothers and sisters that's out there that's multi-talented, that have a gift. But you're not paying attention to your circle and who you're dealing with.
Right.
That you're so worried about staying in the in crowd. You're so worried about trying to be part of that, the crew and all this, that, and the third. It's time for you to understand that. Don't allow, don't.
It's
all
time
that
for the
statement.
percolator.
You can do that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? With the right people. You know what I'm saying? Because in that club, you ain't gonna have no hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
You can hit it with that.
Pause.
You very positive. I'm talking about Home Depot. But you know what I'm saying? Like you got to realize, man, that don't let that old cliche, you know what I'm talking about, so don't forget where you came from. You're going to let not forgetting where you came from stop you from where you're going.
Right.
I'm going to tell you that. Don't play yourself.
I like that. Well, look at that. Clap it up.
I mean, all right. Let's have a conversation that's realistic, right?
Right.
You not sitting around. You get a call from your agent.
Right.
And your agent says, listen, man, the Memphis Grizzlies are presenting a possible contract for you. What's the contract? What's the numbers?
Mm-hmm.
They want to get offering you 5 years, $194 million, child. After I get up off the floor, right? And then I pick the phone back up because I know I passed out after I heard that. I get up and I pick the phone back up.
Right.
The next thing I'm going to be saying to this gentleman is where do I sign?
Where do I sign?
Right?
Where do I sign?
Now,
where do I sign?
In real time, a person should also be there, and I said this before, because we keep saying that these people are misguided, they don't have any support. We got to stop bailing them out. We got to stop saying those things, okay? Those people, like a John Morant, came up around a lot of structure. I don't know him personally, but to play basketball in all those years and all those different environments, he ain't come across no coaches. He ain't come across no uncles, no big cousins, no brothers, nobody. And see, here's the problem. When you start getting in positions where you getting offers and you making $194 million, the company that you can talk to gets very, very small. Like if you got $194 million right now, and they said, make sure you just only call people who have your money or more. How many people could you call on your phone right now? And that's what I'm saying. So when that changes, guess what else got to change? How you move, how you think, who you be with,
how you blink,
smile, what numbers to dial. You'll be here for a while. I mean, I had to do it. My bad, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I was flowing and I ain't be knowing. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. That's what's going on with this royalty thing, man. I think that we really get in our heads, man. We think we the king, man.
Yeah. Well, we are.
Think we the king.
We
no, we are the king. You right, bro.
Yeah, we are.
Right. But being the king requires a certain way, a king's persona.
Right.
What do you think a king's persona looks like, E?
A king's persona has definitely a strong foundation. With that foundation, you'll see it through the way that person lives. If
Absolutely.
majority of their stuff that they do is more in a positive
Right,
mind state or a positive,
right,
because nobody's perfect,
right.
then you'll see how that king lives. Even if you go back in the Bible and you look at the kings, they all they all had some type of issue at a time. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much that's all I'm saying. You'll see it. So to just pretty much explain it in words, it's kingdom like. It's just it's royalty, bruh. That's all. It's
Yeah.
royalty.
I
You'll
mean,
see it.
I mean,
We
Dom, I
all
like
know
what
what it looked
you said.
like.
Dom, you said, nah, he was given the resources and counsel. That's right. His actions are clearly his decisions.
Right.
He got to change his perspective on life.
Right.
And I think that that's it exactly. That's it
You
in a
right.
nutshell.
Right. Right.
And like I said, that's why we got to stop making excuses for his age because you got young CEOs of companies.
Right.
You got young people that's making better decisions that's coming out of worse situations. That's a self that he's doing. That's self-inflicted. Those are the worst wounds to ever have, a self-inflicted one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't know 1 year old Ja or 2 year old Ja, but the one since he's came into the league has
Right.
been rich. Ja
Right.
has been very wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you really want to be I think the only way that you can truly be a king
Right.
is to make sure that your court and your council is intact.
Right.
Other than that, you're just a person that's born into a royal position. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about it, bruh. Even I don't care what you like if you're watching Game of Thrones, even though it's a show or anything else dealing with a royal family. Most
Right.
people wind up becoming the king after the king that's in front of them passes away, and it becomes a situation where they kind of inherit it, not
Right.
because they just necessarily display the best qualities, not because you know what I'm saying they doing king like stuff. They just because they related to the former king,
Right.
and I think that that's an issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't earn like you earned the ability to play basketball, but you didn't earn the ability to be a king, which is why I think your foundation isn't strong.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's just
Nah,
my
that's
opinion.
no, that's real. And basically, like Dom said, he made his own choices.
Absolutely,
You know, like
absolutely.
you said, he needs to change his court.
Yep,
But before he can even do any one, he needs to change his mind, which is his foundation. He needs to train
absolutely.
that more in a better
Awesome.
way. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So
Wow.
that's why I said, what's a king without his castle? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like even
Mm-hmm.
in the Bible, if somebody says something like a temple, right? You still
Yeah,
gonna
body.
it's the body, but when you first heard temple, you thinking of some type of structure, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
See what I'm saying? Like a building, but
Absolutely. Absolutely.
you're the so you what's a man, what's a king without a castle? That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much where I be going with, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just think that that's really what it is, man. I think that these guys wind up in these positions, and then we don't want to give them the rules. Like we don't want to give them the rules.
Right,
And you can't big bro everybody, but you don't want to give them the rules, right? So like somebody, in my opinion, could have pulled you out to the side a couple times and said, "Yo, this is what the expectation is now." You know what I mean? Not just because you're in the big leagues, but these are the expectations for people who travel in these circles or who has access to these circles.
right.
You know what I mean? He got a child. I believe he has a daughter. I don't know if he has a daughter or a son. I got to look that up. But I know he has a
It's
child. He
either
has a
one or
daughter.
the other, man.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got this.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell
I
you.
understand. I mean,
Yeah,
I listen. I'll go with your bet. It's a safe bet. No, he has a daughter, and the reason why I know is because sometimes she sits courtside with the father,
yes,
which is her
with T.
grandfather.
Yeah, T with
Right.
T.
And I've
Yeah,
seen I've seen him dancing. I mean her dancing and all that stuff. But it's a different situation. See, like they'll publicize and do things like when him and Shannon Sharp had a disagreement. You saw that everywhere.
right,
But anytime the guy gets into a situation, he's the furthest person away from them even talking about.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? So I agree with Dom. Pop could have said all the right things.
Right.
He got a daughter, and that's all the right reasons.
Right.
But he's still making a decision that's wrong because that's what he's choosing to do.
Because he still don't know who he is yet.
No, I agree with you.
That's what I mean by not knowing who you are. Like I know who I am. That's what we
Yeah,
say all the time.
yeah,
We know who
yeah.
we are. So until he understands that, and he's going to get that by building a foundation, he going to keep making mistakes like this. They're going to keep calling him NBA dumb boy. That's just what it's going to be.
That's you know what though. The other thing about that man is really the internet has zero chill and is undefeated.
Always.
Yeah,
Always. Clap it up for the
man.
internet.
For the people, man, who can come up with these memes or find clips in the movie like that one that's going around with Andre 3000 and said from Be Cool.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
He said, "Don't give me no gun, then, man.
He said, I know, man. I know. I know.
You ain't gotta say nothing, man. Don't give me no gun." Then. You know what I like? You try not to go into it. And you see what Sad's comment? It's actually on his Instagram thing too. He said, "Every time I try to get out of here, they just keep pulling me back."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I ain't even literally do nothing. This from a movie, but they gonna tailor make fit it for that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Baker did the same thing, man.
Oh,
He
Tony
did
Baker,
it.
hilarious.
Did you get that one I sent you?
Which one?
Where he was like, you know what I mean? He had the water gun. He was like, when I get ready to do what I need to do with this,
Oh
and
yeah.
he was just using that on every little clip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then people want to turn around at some point and start defending it. Listen, man, I can't defend stupidity, and I hate to say it, but that wasn't smart.
Nah.
It wasn't smart. And the crazy thing, did you see the video?
Yeah. His boy tried
All
to
right,
put the phone down when he
Brody,
realized what he was
did you
doing.
see that?
He like, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
He
So
went to
he
snatch
so
the
guess
phone
what?
down.
So guess what? He semi belongs in the circle. He got to he's almost where he needs to be. No, seriously, because
No, no,
here's
no.
the thing.
I'm like, you're right. I'm thinking about
Because
Kwame Brown when he said, man.
I didn't even see Kwame, man. You and Don said y'all both said he went in.
E
But
man, E,
you know
E.
what I mean? Fats was good, my brother.
Peace, Fats.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
he said, Kwame Brown said his man that had the phone and snatched it down should have just started whooping his behind
Hmm.
right there on camera to let it be seen.
Right.
So that he don't mess around and lose his deals and his endorsements.
Right.
Kwame went all the way in on him. But like I
Right.
said, man, like honestly speaking, you can call me acting funny. You can call me, oh, you snooty, you different now. But if I have an opportunity to change my life and change my family's life,
Right.
ain't no homeboy that can come around and put me in no situation
Right.
that's going to jeopardize it. And if that person is me,
Right.
I definitely can't be around nobody that ain't going to be structured.
Right. That's like
Oh,
that's like
God.
that's like when you sit back and you look at the Woo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when basically by the time they was all rich, they had their squabbles, they had all the time, and they was all growing together. But what actually kept them be able to stay like that, and make that type of bread, and really try and understand, was the fact that they all know who they were.
Right, right, right. Yeah, nah. I mean, when you identify with who you are and you understand where you're going, this is where I think the disconnect comes in at.
Right.
We're so busy trying to hold on to who we were trying to get away from, right? Not people. I'm just saying, right? Everybody got these, not everybody, but a lot of people have these super hard, I came up in a rough situation, environment thing, and all of that stories
Right.
to be able to really illuminate where they are now. So everybody got these great behind the scenes stories, but they don't want to let it go.
Nope.
And because of that, what you start to see is you start to see, well, hey man, you can take them out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. And people, like I said, one way or the other, people make an excuse, right?
Right.
Or they turn around and they make an example. You're either going to be an excuse or an example to them in some cases.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like at some point or another, Ja, if I'm with you and we homies, you the last person around a gun. Matter of
Right.
fact, I don't even want you around no BB gun, no water gun, no super soaker. Nothing should be around the $194 million man.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And so that's why I say, like, at the end of the day, when you feeding everybody, if you got weak-minded people around you, who gonna tell you no? Who gonna tell
Nobody.
you that ain't cool?
Right.
Nobody.
Right. Because they don't
I
have
want
no
to be out of the circle.
they don't have no foundation.
You ain't no family.
They
I
need
take
they
care of
need
you, Pop.
listen, bro, they need to build. See, I was saying this to somebody the other day. I said, listen. I said, when you coming up, right? When you coming up,
Mm-hmm.
you start to bond with people because y'all into the same things or y'all doing the same things. You could be a little
Absolutely.
kid. You could be a little kid. It could be sports, basketball, football, whatever. Then once you
Mm-hmm.
become a young adult, it may be, going out to the spot or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hanging out
Absolutely.
together, whatever, right?
Yep.
And then most men when they mold in it just turns into sports. Anything sports. We kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how they lock in, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, where I'm going with that is it gets to a point, it seems like you start to drift apart from each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, you really not because you come from the same solid foundation.
Absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
can't the way a lot of people come together for them type of moments that they don't come together and really just like really have men book clubs and and well, the NGE had to build them when they would build. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Well,
he
they do have.
basically needs
They have.
he need people to come together to actually build with, really build his foundation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Role models. I don't know.
Bruh. That same guy I was telling you about, the junior guy. I forget his last name. Bridgman, I believe his name was. And
Bridgeton, Junior Bridgeton, I think it was. Yeah. Bridgman, you're right, Bridgman.
he was one of the guys that they said that Mike actually would talk to about different business things. Like he's one of those guys who's known in the business world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't know who he was on that list, but that was that. You know what I mean? The same way you might have Shaq to say he reached out to Magic.
Right.
So that Magic can kind of hip him to certain things that was going on. And the next guy reached out to the next guy. See, what I noticed about all of those guys that's on there, you talking about Elijah Wan, Harden, Shaq. You talking about Jordan, LeBron. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are Mount Rushmore kind of names.
Steph and KD gonna be next.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at it, like even when, like you said, bruh, you just like I was telling you, I just finished watching Air.
Right.
One of the
That's
things that
dope movie, man.
Mike's mind worked out in that situation, is still paying so much, and it's going to live forever as long as that brand is living.
Right.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
That
So
is the
that was
most.
mom. That was foundation. That's mom. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the most. The Air Jordans are the most influential shoe ever made.
absolutely, absolutely.
People be wanting Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But nothing lives longer than J's. I'm just saying.
And in the history behind him, and in the actual, when you look and find out what he was able to negotiate in that situation,
Right.
when people start talking about that generational wealth and all those different things. Like, are you serious? It's no comparison.
Right.
It's no comparison. So, what I mean, that's just one of the things that I think that we need to focus on, is that as opposed to coming up with different reasons why people are making decisions, we got to put better choices in front of them, but they also got to be attracted to better choices.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do things like this, I hope the brother don't jeopardize his career. It would be tough to be his agent. What are you saying right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's what that is, man. I'm trying to see what we're gonna get into this week, man.
Right.
I don't know if
Right.
we're
Right.
there yet. We looking like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. We is.
We're gonna
We
do some
are.
would you rather's this week, man. We're gonna get back to would you rather.
Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where P will rather ask me questions that you may not. Let's go. Messing with him, P. Let's mess with him.
Would you rather? I'll be having to let them finish, man.
They like
Okay. Would you rather go horseback riding or go llama trekking? I don't even know what that is.
when
Guess it's when
the
llama just
llama, you
walk.
ride the llama real, it run real fast. I think like oh, it's like roll runner me. You know what I'm talking about? Me. I go llama, man, because I did horseback ride before, man.
The last dude that laughs, yo, he did that because he got mad. He kept saying we ain't got enough laughing in it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man. All right. Would you rather hold a baby dolphin or a baby seal?
I gotta go with the seal, man. I ain't messing with no dolphin, man. The seal.
Dom, which one, Dom? I want your answer in there, Dom. Which one? Okay. Would you rather learn a new form of meditation
Uh-huh.
or a new form of yoga?
Yoga, man. Yoga.
Okay. I know the first one that you'll be wanting to do the first move. Upward dog, man.
Yeah. I'm doing the
You over there
upward.
stretching out right now.
I'm doing the upper if they doing the downward. You know what I mean? Got the up down. You know what I mean?
Would you rather work on developing your self-discipline or your self-control?
Discipline. Everything is behind discipline. Anything that you want, you gotta have discipline. Like discipline is not actually being bad like people make it out to be. It's just breaking your agreement with yourself.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with the discipline piece as well because of the fact that I think it's tied to habits. And I think that when you develop good habits, you have to, get a stronger sense of discipline.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of go together. So I'm
Dom said a dolphin, P.
okay. Stick with us. Stick with us, sis. Keep putting your answers in there. All right.
Yeah.
All right. E, you got to do one, man. Would you rather go scuba diving or snorkeling, man?
Um I just be on the beach with a little drink or something, man. You know how I do. I ain't going out. What I gotta do? Take a shot of water?
It's always crazy, man. I really wrote this mind. I wish he could swim, man. Like I just be
Yeah, yeah.
like,
You tell you minding my business too much right now, too, P. Shut the fuck
hey, all right, all right. All right. I'll let you live. I'll let you live. All right,
My
would you
bad.
rather play cricket or rugby?
Uh, cricket, man, cricket. Cause rugby. I'm too old for rugby now, man. I ain't trying to come out lip bust, nose bleed, shit. Like I ain't trying to do all that, man.
I almost threw my whole little connection up
Yeah.
over here with the coffee, man.
Me too. With the
Bro,
watermelon earlier, you was saying something.
bro,
I almost spit it on the mic. I was like,
wow. Wow, just keep it together, man. Please. Balls, you know what I mean? For your jizzles. And listen, you know, would you rather
balls.
play would you rather play ultimate frisbee or disc golf?
What's disc golf?
It's kind of like I think it's still kind of like with a frisbee, but you throwing the frisbee like you know what I'm saying? Like you would play golf. Instead of a golf ball, you just kind of, you know. It's
Oh
certain,
my God, P! I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life.
you're gonna look
Yeah,
it
I
up.
mean,
You're gonna look
yeah.
it up. Go to YouTube University. It's on there. They teach you how to play it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you think I made it up? Well, check it out. Okay. Now moving right along, man. Would you rather go skateboarding or inline skating?
Skateboarding, man.
There we go, man. There you go. He used to be nasty back in the day, y'all. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
I was alright. I was alright. I mean,
The Black Tony Hawk. You know what I'm saying? He was
no, I
out
wasn't.
there.
I wasn't like that. at all.
Yeah.
So.
Tony be on the skateboard, right? He ain't the one on the bike and nothing. I might be
No, Tony,
Tony was a skateboard.
Tony on the skateboard. Yeah,
He had a skateboarder's name too. He Tony Hawk. Like he could have
yeah,
been too many other things, man.
yeah.
Maybe a wrestler. Tony
No,
Hawk,
he could have been a quarterback. Like
nasty quarterback name right there.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah. He
Tony
only could have played
Hawk.
for Atlanta. He only could have
Yeah,
played for Atlanta. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, would you rather use social media without being able to post photos or comments on other posts? So let me say it the way either you'll be able to post photos and stuff on your page,
Yeah.
but you won't be able to post comments on other people's photos on their page. Like you could just look at things, but you couldn't say anything else on theirs if you pick the other.
I
You know
don't,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know what I would do with that.
Either you couldn't post on either you
No, I
couldn't
get what you're
post on
saying.
yours
No,
at
I
all.
get.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't know. That's
Oh, okay.
because they're both important. Because you have to
Okay.
show your image, but you also have to interact.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So I don't know. That's not. Yeah, I knew what you were saying. I know it sounded like when I said I thought I ain't. No, I heard exactly
Like
what you
I
said.
thought you just wanted to repeat, like clear it up.
Nah, I just yeah, it was just more so like I can't choose. Really can't.
I got you.
Yeah.
Would you rather have use voice control device or a gesture control device?
Gesture. That'd be funny.
Yeah. I know you'll just be giving it the finger all day.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it'd have been different stages within
Oh my
life.
God, man.
You know what I mean? Because it'd have been like, you know, as a little toddler, you probably just been like,
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
say, I'm gonna tell you.
hey, hold on. As we about around 11, you start being
Okay, see,
Right.
this is when it tipped all the way in. Yeah, go ahead.
Then with 14, you like,
E man, come on, man.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
I know what the lean back was. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say gesture. Gestures is cool. Yeah, because I knew what was gonna happen. Gestures was cool. Cause here go the thing with the voice thing, man. Right? I find myself, me and you both, we use iPhones. I find myself sometimes talking and happen to just look over at my phone, and the thing is moving at the bottom like it's waiting on me to finish asking the question.
Right.
And now I got to try to remember everything I said before I realized that thing was bleeping.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with at least a gesture. I gotta get it activated by moving my hands or doing something.
When the last time you been to Smash Burger?
Never been I never been ate for Smash Burger.
Oh, okay. So they got a little robot waiter, man.
Seen them in a couple places, man.
Yeah.
When I was in Canada, is it a place, and some places right here down here by the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey man, they stepping it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to worry about nobody sneezing on your food and nothing. Machines don't sneeze and nothing. They ain't got to wear no mask.
Right.
You know what I mean? Would you rather use VR or a traditional video game console? Now, I've seen some videos with that VR, man.
Traditional, man.
People tearing their houses up, busting TVs.
Dom said, gestures, I speak with my hands a lot and laughed. And then she said, the thing, and laughed.
Oh, yeah. You know what
Yeah.
time. Yes, you understand E, man. You speak you like me. You speak E very, very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which one, Dom? VR or traditional video game console? I'm going to tell y'all, man, if you ever get a chance, just look up VR like videos on YouTube or something.
VR fails.
E, man, they tearing TVs up, hollering. No! I don't think it's the game making them do that.
I played it.
The same game. I think it's the same game you play sometimes.
No. Okay. You stupid as hell, man.
All right. Robot vacuum cleaner or traditional vacuum cleaner?
I like the robot.
See, here's the only
Not
thing about this. Like I got one of those, right? And it's nice. It's sit there, you lift your leg, you know, whatever. It's ready to eat it, go eat. But if it catch your phone cord, it don't distinguish anything between, you know, if I'm running a regular vacuum, I'm not gonna vacuum up my own. You know, I almost said I'm not gonna suck up the cord. Super pause. You know what I'm saying? But let's get out of that one. You know what I mean? I don't even want to finish what I was going to say, man. Yeah, okay. Would you rather, hey, listen, I'm gonna hit you with this one, and we're gonna moonwalk up out of this joint, man. Not two
yeah.
more, two more, two more, two more, two more.
Two more,
All right,
two more.
all right. Would you rather have a friend who's always optimistic or a friend who's always realistic? Ooh,
That's
I like
dope. That's
it. Hey,
dope.
see that in the comment. Word is fine. You
That's
want that?
dope.
Yeah, for y'all who
Nah,
listen, man. Would
but
you rather
listen,
have a friend who's always
this
optimistic or a friend who's always
but
realistic?
this is I gotta break this down. I got to unpack this one though. Okay.
I'm trying to go ahead, do your
So
thing.
so so the optimistic
What was that?
or realistic,
That's it.
right? So
Yep.
they're both so that's a great question. They're both so needed. That
Mm,
optimistic person is the one
mm-hmm.
that's going to have that faith, that belief, the ability, which gives you the ability to continuously succeed further than your expectations at time because it's going to give you the motivation to go. But then you also have to have that realistic person that comes back and say, "Ja, stop doing stupid ish."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
not even optimistic. That's just a realistic person.
Got you.
See what I'm
I
saying?
think yeah, I see what you said, Dom. Optimistic. I ain't mad at it.
Me
I ain't
neither.
mad at it. So here's my thing, right? With optimism, that's a person who can take any situation and make, you know, and put the sun in it. And I think that's wonderful.
Right.
But I do think that there are times where somebody got to, no, we're gonna have to get wet today.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We can't
Yeah.
stand here and wait for the sun to come back out. We gotta go out
Right.
there in the rain. We didn't bring an
Right. Yeah.
umbrella.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm
We gotta
saying.
get to- So I think for me at this stage of my life,
Yeah. Realistic
I
for
think
me.
I want the realistic person.
Yeah.
I'm
Me.
optimistic enough about most things. I need the realistic person. Like
Yep.
that's what I think Ja needs in his court as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can stand some optimism too, but I just for me, I think realistic. Yep. And 'cause we're already over the hour. Woo. Let me finish it with this one.
Woo.
Would you rather have a friend
Friend
who's a great listener
who's a great
or a
listener.
friend who gives great advice? That's the last one. Would you rather have a friend who's a great listener or a friend who gives great advice?
Uh, I'm laughing at Dom. Y'all speaking from a male's perspective.
There you go. Give me the ladies' perspective, sis. We appreciate it.
Yeah. One more time, say it.
Not a problem. Would you rather have a friend
Yeah.
who is a great listener or a friend who gives great advice?
It always depends what mode I'm in. See, these are, bro. These must been. These is probably one of the toughest questions you know what I mean, list of questions you've asked me in all 124, episodes. Whether we did this or that or would you
Yeah,
rather's.
it's some solid
Um,
joints right here.
yeah, these are definitely some solid joints. Um, Sometimes I gotta vent, so I need that person to listen, and sometimes I need advice because in my life, advice is almost like mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's like, okay, I gotta be able to learn to be able to go to the next level. So if I only
Mm-hmm.
got people around me that just hear me talking but never give me no feedback, I will never grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Which
sometimes
makes
if I
makes
that
sense.
so I would have to go with the one that's giving me the better
No,
advice.
but you know why that makes sense in my opinion, bruh?
Right.
Because you also pick realistic. And so if you pick realistic, I can also see you supporting the reality, like you said, both is good, but needing that advice at times to tell you some things that maybe, you're emotionally invested into a situation. This is just my perspective on it before we close that out. I believe personally that if you pick realistic more often than not, you're going to pick the situation where, you get good advice, right? Because I think that we're outward thinkers anyway. I've had a whole lot of conversations where I'm walking and I'm playing out how a scenario or a situation may go. But in
Right.
my mind, I'm playing both sides of it. I'm playing the person speaking and the person receiving. So if I talk to a person that's a great listener, if they're not strong minded enough, they may just be good at absorbing things, right? They may just be
Right.
good at just listening to what I have to say. Let me let
Right.
him vent. Let me let
Right.
him go ahead and talk it out. Let him go ahead and let it come, go like it's going to go. Where if I had that person that gives good advice, they may turn around and still hear all those things and go, I feel you. But did you ever think about this?
You know, it's
So for
crazy.
me,
It's got to
great
be
advice.
the. It got to be a great advice person. You know why? The only
Mhm.
way they can. That was a damn. That's the answer. The only way they can give advice, they had to listen to you first.
There you go. That's why I said I think it was a good one.
Yeah.
You can take us out of there, brother.
Um, that was another episode of Would You Rather. I like that one right there. Let's get back to the last few seconds, minutes.
I like it. I like it, Dom. I like it. Yes. He just to piggyback on what she said, what Dom is saying. We are nurturers by nature. So
Yeah.
having faith is part of our being. Just like having faith in a man to build. I love it. And this is why you kings out there that's listening to the show,
Yeah.
you got to make sure, like E said, you got to make sure you focus on building that strong foundation, making sure that castle's in order because these queens, they need a strong foundation. And the only way that you can do it, man, is by focusing on it and making sure that you get it, structurally sound to be able to take care of everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, E, go ahead and let them know what they need to do, brother, if they want to catch up with us and all that good stuff.
If they want to catch up with us, man, you gotta, you know, listen to us on. I was looking at this little thing over here. My bad, bro.
That's
Listen
all
to
good.
us
You
on
got it.
Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcast. I said Apple Podcasts first, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
iHeartRadio, Audible, Stitcher, Radio Public, Google Podcasts. Any ones I missed, bro?
I don't believe so, man. I think you hit them all.
And,
And
and
if
where
we
can they
did,
see us at? Where can
well,
they
they can
see us?
definitely catch us each and every week. You know what I mean? Peace down. You can definitely catch us each and every week right here live on Facebook between 7 and 8. I'm going to say somewhere around in there, usually 7 and 8 at the absolute latest. New episode every week. You can also catch us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at the Porch Podcast. As well, the same thing, you know what I mean? Usually that night or maybe the next night, you can catch us there.
Right.
Um, that's what we are. If you want to visually be, like I said, if you want to see us. But like he said, man, however you've been tuning in, whether it's through the audio based way or going through the visual way, we appreciate you guys
Right.
locking in and rocking out with us each and every week, man. For you sponsors that's out there, man, hey, man, the Porch Brothers, man, we dedicated. You know what I mean? We definitely looking for people who want to, businesses trying to grow and stuff like that. Check us out on our Instagram page at the Porch Podcast. Um, and you see our personal pages, P Original 1996. And then of course, you got the best DJ E on Instagram for my brother.
All right.
Check us out, man. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. This has been episode number 124, Royalty. Look forward to seeing y'all next week, family.
All
Peace.
right, y'all. Peace.